What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video, and we got to go over a really important topic today. So the topic is, will crypto recover? So that is the huge topic that everyone's talking about. Will crypto recover inside of 2021? Because we know crypto is going to recover long term, right? We know crypto is going to recover long term. We have these whales that have been inside of Bitcoin and all these other cryptos since 2014, billions of dollars. This whale just got inside of crypto 2 months ago at $56,000. They got in at $56,000 and they're still holding this crypto. So they went from $3.3 billion to $1.8 billion. So obviously, if billionaires believe it's going to go up, it's definitely going to go up, because we have to follow these billionaires now. They didn't make this money just out of thin air, and they have financial advisors that advise them to invest in this stuff, right? So I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but the financial advisors that we do know talk about Bitcoin. So what is Bitcoin going to do inside of 2021? Will Bitcoin jump in 2021, or will it continue to go down? That is the main question that everyone has today. So looking at the whole crypto market as a whole, look at this, Bitcoin at $32,000. I mean, that's pretty solid considering that we went down below $30,000. So it's pretty good that we actually bounced back, but we're still going down with Bitcoin. So honestly, I believe crypto will go up inside 21. I believe that we will pass 40,000 in 2021, and we'll actually go back up to where we were previously, $60,000. Now, why do I believe this? It's because we have so many different use cases for crypto that are just coming back to back. Yes, there's FUD spreading around about crypto, but there's also way more use cases for cryptos. There's so much stuff going on. So let's go over all those stuff going on with crypto, right? So look at this. China's anti-crypto crackdown is different this time. So let's read about this. So this is more FUD, but there's some, not FOMO, but there is definitely some good to the FUD, because not only is this FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, this is China FUD. This isn't FUD for the whole world. This is just China, right? So let's go over this. So miners leaving China show the seriousness of new law enforcement, but constrained trading and investment are more likely to really matter. So old crypto hands, so the diamond hands inside the game, old crypto hands have been through so many waves of China FUD, they might shrug off the current round of cryptocurrency enforcement there as insignificant. Sure, the market is crashing in part because of the news, but we're also coming off a major market top. It's all just part of the cycle. Literally, it is all part of the cycle. But look, there's more. This is where they start spreading FUD. So they give you the little soft letdown, but this is where they start spreading their FUD. They say, unfortunately, that thinking seems suddenly and dramatically outdated. China is more serious about this anti-crypto crackdown. Yeah, but look what they said. They said China is more serious about it. They didn't say the world's more serious about it. China is not the whole world. China is one country. Yes, they have a lot of people in their country, but they are merely one country. So they do not hold the actual all crypto. They do not hold all Bitcoins. They do not have all the mining power. There's mining going on all over the world, and then people inside of China can actually go over to different countries to mine. So that's one thing. That's there's China FUD, but there's not whole world FUD, because we have actual use cases for crypto all over. Don't forget about El Salvador, right? Because El Salvador literally just made crypto, literally just made it illegal tender. So this is China FUD. This is not worldwide FUD. So yes, mining is less than half the story. That's what they're saying. China is also effectively restricting cryptocurrency trading with the same renewed ferocity. So they're saying that China is really cracking down on it. They're not allowing exchanges to operate inside China. They're not allowing banks to do the whole exchange thing. So they're really just cracking down on it completely. But they're making their own crypto. So that's pretty much what they're doing. So they're not cracking down on the idea of crypto. They're cracking down on crypto that wasn't created by them. So that's pretty much what's going on there with that. So why does that even matter? It's because that's China FUD. That's not worldwide FUD. We have El Salvador accepting Bitcoin as a legal tender, and then we have more FUD being spread about it. They're saying, all right, so pretty much to summarize this article, I already read it, I already went over it, but to summarize it up so then we don't have to read the whole thing, pretty much they're saying that this is a forced legal tender, right? So this is what they're saying over here. All right, so they're saying legal tender laws like those in the US only specify what currencies discharge debts, including the payment of taxes. Forced tender laws remove the freedom of choice and the use of currencies for all transactions, including everyday purchases like groceries. When forced tender is imposed, all domestic exchanges, including those that traders would rather conduct in another currency, must be conducted in the currency designated by law. Forced tender laws are a communist staple. So what are they saying? They're saying that they're forcing Bitcoin, right? But look up El Salvador on Google. Just look it up. All I want you to do is look up El Salvador on Google. Don't type in Bitcoin after it. Just look up El Salvador, right? El Salvador. What do you see as their legal tender? So their currency right here, it says Bitcoin and the United States dollar. They're not opting out the United States dollar. They're just adding Bitcoin as a second legal tender because obviously their first currency failed, so they adopted the US dollar because they needed to adopt it. But people are acting like literally, they're literally acting like they're forcing Bitcoin on everyone. Not everyone inside of El Salvador has to use Bitcoin, but this article is spreading FUD as if there are forcing everyone to use Bitcoin, because as you can see, it says currencies, Bitcoin and United States dollar. You can use either one. You don't have to use one or the other. You can use whatever one you want, either US dollar or crypto or Bitcoin, you know? So it says over here, Article 175 of the Soviet Union Civil Code was a forced tender law. So now they're going to the Soviet Union and trying to compare what El Salvador just now did to the Soviet Union. And obviously that is completely out of whack because that was a whole time of war. Like, how are you going to compare a whole war to Bitcoin? Like, what are they thinking in this article? All right, they say similar to Article 7 of El Salvador's Bitcoin law, it required that all transactions take place in Soviet rebels. Forced tender laws are also common during military occupations, right? In World War II, a Nazi currency called whatever it's called reached something like that is a weird name right there. You can't even pronounce that. That's weird. But it was forced tender in conquered countries. But we're not forcing Bitcoin on every single citizen of El Salvador. Only the people who want to use it. But US dollar is still the other tender. So there's two legal tenders. There's the US dollar, there's Bitcoin. You're not forced to use Bitcoin. You don't have to use Bitcoin. It is merely a choice. So this whole article invalid. So it says, and like, yeah, there's actually an Article 175 in the Soviet Union Civil Code. Yeah, there's Article 7 of El Salvador's Bitcoin law. Yeah, it's all that. But they're not forcing Bitcoin on anyone. You can use whatever you want. It says El Salvador's Bitcoin law abrogates traders' freedom of currency choice. No, it does not. Because it tells you US dollar or Bitcoin. Choose one or the other. We already had the US dollar. Now we have Bitcoin. So this is completely false. It says that traders' freedom of currency choice is now taken away. No, you can still use the US dollar. So now let's get off this topic now that we've debunked that, right? Another thing with El Salvador is that the World Bank denies support to El Salvador for making Bitcoin the legal tender. So that's FUD, and that is reasonable FUD because, yeah, now they don't have the support of the World Central Bank, but we still have it as a legal tender. So it doesn't really matter that they don't have the support. Their own banking system can back themselves, right? So that's no problem. And then Chainbyte's Bitcoin ATMs are soon to be inside of El Salvador. So now they're going to get these Bitcoin ATMs. But yet again, like I said, they're not forcing Bitcoin to be the only legal tender. Like, they still have US dollar ATMs all over El Salvador, and you can still use US dollar. They still have the cash registers with the US dollar accepted. So you don't have to use Bitcoin. So another thing, debunked. But that's good that we're getting those ATMs out in El Salvador. Really good right there. So more and more stuff with Bitcoin, right? So this is all on will crypto recover. So yes, crypto will recover because back to back we see things that we continually debunk, all of these different theories, all of these different FUD that is being spread, right? So Bitcoin dropped below $30,000 sparks fears of another crypto winter. Here's why bulls aren't worried. So this is a good thing now that we don't have much FUD. So look, Bitcoin, let's just read the summary. You don't have to read the whole article. But Bitcoin's brief drop below the symbolic price threshold, which was our support, $30,000 broke. We are far from a bear market, they're saying. Only traders are freaking out over technicals, even on exchanges like volume and price action. So look, it says popular on-chain analysis. So, and statistician Willy Woo, whoever Willy Woo is, whoever they are. But look, they're telling you right here that it's only the technicals that are making people all skeptical. That kind of rhymed right there. But the bear market is far from here, right? Because these are just technicals, right? People are freaking out over technicals because these are day traders. They're like, oh my gosh, I lost money on my day trade. Bitcoin's going down to zero. It's an emotional response, and it's triggered by that loss of that money because they're overextended. They're overextending themselves. They're putting their whole portfolio into one asset. So that triggers an emotional response when it goes all the way down. This is psychological. This is not technical, right? So Bitcoin adoption is much broader than it was in 2018. Just like with El Salvador, is a legal tender over there. Like, we have so much stuff going on. And yeah, China is getting rid of it, but they're making their own crypto. Doesn't that validate crypto? Like, doesn't it validate crypto that China is trying to make their own thing? Remember what they did with YouTube? They shut YouTube down. They made their own YouTube. When they see something's prevailing in another country, they shut it down in theirs, and then they make their own version. If they see a big American brand is going crazy in their country and all other countries, they're like, all right, let's ban this American brand and let's copy it and make it our own. It's just what happens out there in China. This is why everything says made in China, because they want to be the number one, right? And enough of that, no propaganda over here, but still, look, Bitcoin adoption is much broader than it was in 2018. That's a complete fact, right? More stuff. So this is a big thing that we have to talk about. Hedge funds expect to hold 7% of assets in crypto within 5 years. Hedge funds, literal billionaires, like multi-billionaires, not just regular billionaires, multi-billionaire hedge funds. Like, these aren't individual people. These are hedge funds. These are like $100 billion, boom, straight into crypto. But look, 7% of that 100 billion. So you got to think about it like that. 7% of that 100 billion. And what does this amount to? Well, I'm not going to do the actual math here because this isn't a math channel. But look over here. This billionaire, literally, this is probably a hedge fund, to be honest. But look, 2 months ago, $3.3 billion thrown into Bitcoin at $56,000. Look, financial advisors tell these people, nah, just throw it in now. Just throw it in now at $56,000. Even though we dropped all the way down to like $28,000, $27,000, $25,000. Even though we dropped all the way down there, they still said, nope, $56,000, we're buying in right there 2 months ago, because we know this is going up in the short term and the long term, right? So this is definitely a really big thing that you have to pay attention to. Pay attention to what the whales are doing. Pay attention to how they move. Pay attention to every single move that they make, because those are the moves that you ultimately want to make. Because if you do, you will succeed just like them. And what I like to do, I like to look over all the first ends in 2021. These are people with high conviction inside 2021 that just now hopped into crypto. This one right here, high conviction in crypto, just now getting in 2021, $2.1 billion that they just threw in at $52,000 back last month. And now look at it, $1.2 billion, and they're still holding it strong. They're still having those diamond hands. So that is really big right there, that we have these actual billionaires coming in at $50,000 and still holding it, right? So more and more and more of these different whales are popping up left and right. These whales are just, they're so strong inside the community. Look, this whale right here, $14 million, the 5th of this month. You just see left and right, $23 million last month. $23 million last month, 23 million left and right, 129 million last month. They just keep buying left and right. This is why we need to pay attention to the whales, because the whales know exactly what they're doing, and we need to follow them and follow their moves, right? I know it seems kind of cliche to, just follow what someone else is doing, but look at it like this. So if everyone is inside of a pool full of sharks and they're like, oh man, let's get out of this pool, and you're like, I don't want to follow everyone else, I'm staying in this pool, you're gonna get eaten by those sharks. So I know that's a crazy analogy to use, but it's true. The same thing goes with crypto. If all these billionaires are like, I'm here because I want to make money, and then you're just like, they want to make money, but I don't want to be just like them, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sell. I'm not gonna make money because I don't want to be like them. That's pretty much what people are saying. Like, you have to follow these whales. I know it's a crazy analogy, I know, but you have to follow the whales. I know it's like follow the leader. But when there's a leader and they're a good leader, you follow that good leader. But if they're a bad leader, you do not follow that bad leader. It's just something you got to think about there. So this was bought at the 17th of this month. So it was a few days ago. But look, at $38,000, this whale took them through $588 million into Bitcoin. These whales are coming left and right and buying that dip. They are seeing you, shaking your weak hands out, slapping you in your face, taking that Bitcoin at a cheap price for themselves. So that's what's happening there. So hedge funds are about to hold 7% inside of Bitcoin within the next 5 years. That's really good news, honestly. Let's move on to our next thing. Okay, so Visa, PayPal joined crypto VC blockchain capital's new $300 million fund. Look, more use cases left and right. So PayPal said it's the first time the company has invested as an LP in a fund focused on blockchain and digital assets. So literally, PayPal, the number one payment transaction for online transactions, they are literally focused on the blockchain. They're focused on crypto. They're focused on digital assets. This is huge. So another huge use case right here. Like, crypto is going up in 2021. Like, this is not the end of the bull market. You know, yes, this is a little tiny bear market, right? It's a little tiny bear market. It's nothing big, nothing much. You know, China slowed us down. I'll admit, yeah, China slowed us down. You know, no offense to China if y'all are out there watching this, but yeah, they slowed us down a little bit by spreading FUD. But that's all it is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And when the FOMO was coming, everyone was all in on Bitcoin when there was FOMO. They were like, oh my gosh, we're going to miss out. Let's invest at $64,000. Goes down to $30,000. Boom. Oh my God, we're going to lose money. Let's sell out at $30,000. Like, how do you invest at the peak and then sell at the bottom and then use that as a sound investment strategy? That's not a sound investment strategy. You don't do that. Like, if you accidentally invested at the top, it's understandable. A lot of people did it. I actually started investing like while we're up here. So that's why I'm buying the dips, because yeah, I was one of those people, but I'm not one of those people that are about to sell now that it dropped. Like, yes, I made a mistake by investing, like, you know, somewhere near the bottom. You can check where I started to make crypto videos. That's essentially when I started investing. When Dogecoin was like at 5 cents, I started investing, made a killing on Dogecoin. I'm not even gonna lie, I made a lot of money on Dogecoin, and I'm pretty happy with that. But this is just to say that yes, you can make huge money when you're FOMOing in, but you got to make sure when people are FOMOing out, are FUDing out, you know, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they're just selling out, you got to make sure that you don't follow them. You do not follow them down. Like, those type of people, they overextend themselves, right? They invest way more than they're willing to lose. So when they see it go down, it's understandable. They sell out because it's all of their money. So I understand why they sell out. But don't be one of those people that invests at the top and sells at the bottom. If you invest at the top, just buy again at the bottom, and then you'll average you'll dollar cost average yourself out there. So that's how that works. So pretty good news here though with PayPal. New thing over here. So as the SEC delays Bitcoin ETFs, other choices emerge for crypto hungry investors. So more opportunities out here for crypto investors, left and right. All we're seeing is opportunities. So demand for Bitcoin products. While it may be a while before the SEC gives Bitcoin ETFs the green light, which probably will be when we're in our next bull run, they'll definitely give the green light on it, because they'll see money to be made, and you know they like making money out there, right? So for example, Investco filed to release a pair of crypto-linked ETFs, the Investco Galaxy Blockchain Economy ETF and the Investco Galaxy Crypto Economy ETF. So there's ETFs out there that are already being released, but the SEC, they're kind of pausing on theirs. So, but anyways, there's a lot of different use cases for crypto is what I'm saying, which is why we're going to recover so early in 2021, right? And speaking of, failed economies, pray for Venezuela, everyone. I really feel for people out there because of what's going on with their currency. And you got to think about El Salvador. El Salvador adopting Bitcoin was a very good thing for the country. It will be very good for Venezuela if they followed inside of their footsteps. So I hope Venezuela adopts, Bitcoin as a legal tender. That will be very amazing right there. So hopefully they do. As Venezuela's economy progresses, crypto fills the gap. So crypto is helping people out there. So let's read this story about a guy named Pablo Toro and what he's doing in Venezuela with crypto and how it's benefiting him and his family. So Venezuela food delivery driver Pablo Toro has no stake in cryptocurrency or blockchain, but indirectly uses digital tokens every time he sends money to his family. So this is huge right here, because remember, he went to Colombia to, make money for his family so he can send it back home. So Toro, who immigrated to Colombia in 2019, uses an app called Velu to receive Colombian pesos from working on Bogota's streets and deposit the corresponding bolivars into a Venezuelan bank account. And when they say Bogota streets, no, they're not talking about he's in the hood making that money. No, he's not inside the streets making money. He's a street vendor out there. So he has huge opportunities out there to make money on the street, inside the streets vendors. So he takes that money and he directly sends it back to his family through Bitcoin. So that is why Bitcoin is so important. It's helping people internationally, not just inside. It's not just China. Like, China can spread all the FUD they want, but literal countries, everyone in these countries literally needs crypto. And for China to spread FUD, it's really bad. But everyone needs these cryptos. So it doesn't matter if China gets rid of crypto, because there's other countries that literally need it to survive. So in Venezuela's economy mirrored by hyperinflation and hemmed in by sanctions, the operation is not so straightforward. Venezuela uses pesos to buy cryptocurrency, then it sells on local Bitcoins, a global peer-to-peer site for trading tokens and local currencies. For Toro, the platform is more reliable than informal money changers, the main channel for Venezuela migrants to send money home. And he needs not to buy traditional money orders in person, because that costs money. So what better to do than just use Bitcoin and have low transaction fees? So it's pretty good. When the power is out in Venezuela, when internet service is down, it has a huge impact on how long it takes to send a remittance to one's family. So they're having problems out there. So now he says, I don't have to worry about whether the cell signal dropped in Venezuela or if cell services drop here, because it's the blockchain. Even if the internet goes out over there, it's still going to remain in his wife's wallet. So it's still going to remain in his wife's crypto wallet if he sends it to them, even if the power goes out. So that is very good, because if they're doing money orders electronically and the power goes out, they may just end up losing that money. So this is very, very, very good. So they're fighting hyperinflation with Bitcoin out there in Venezuela. So that's very good stuff. That's another reason why crypto is going to recover in 2021. So Biden nominee for Treasury Department will prioritize crypto regulation. Like I say, every bank needs a security guard. In retrospect, crypto needs a little bit of regulations, right? We can't have exchanges setting up inside of America without making sure that criminals aren't signing up for these exchanges, without making sure that the exchanges themselves aren't criminals. So we need those regulations. But taxes, no, we don't need all those tax regulations. But we definitely need the regulations on these crypto exchanges to make sure they're not being criminals and stealing our money. And no shots thrown at Binance, but remember, Binance did not let me withdraw $5,000, and so many different people cannot get their money out of Binance. And these regulations will help people get that money back. Because remember, when you put money inside of a bank in America, you are insured. If you put $1 million, you're insured up to like 500,000 or something like that, somewhere around there. So at least you're insured half of it. So put your money inside of an exchange. On the other hand, you're not insured any of it. So we need these regulations by the SEC. We need these regulations by the government, so then we can actually be insured. So this is becoming a long video. My sides are starting to hurt from talking so much, but this is needed right now. People need this information. So India is reportedly mulling over a new crypto tax, which could make trading on foreign exchanges more expensive. That definitely sucks that that's happening, but there's a lot of different places that are trying to tax crypto. I really hope that the taxes just stop. Like, they're doing too much taxes. So hopefully they don't tax them too much, but I don't know too much on this, and they didn't give too much information on it. So we don't really know much. It says India's income tax department is reportedly mulling over imposing a 2% equalization levy on crypto trading on exchanges based outside the country. So if people in India are trading on a crypto exchange that is a foreign exchange outside of the country, they have to pay an extra 2% tax on every trade. That's going to add up for those people. So, but you got to think about what India is doing. They're kind of smart here with this. They're creating their own exchanges, so then they can tax the foreign ones and then motivate people to use the ones on their mainland. So that's actually pretty smart. But it keeps the money inside of India instead of leaving India. That's actually very smart. So, some countries can take notes, but it's still bad because the main exchanges, the ones that a lot of people know, they're the ones that a lot of people use. It's like Coinbase, Binance. So if people got to pay that 2% tax every time they use that, that's pretty bad. But they're just trying to get people to use their own stuff, which is understandable. But anyways, this is all I have for you today. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. this is not financial advice. This is a very long video, I know, but everyone needs all of this due diligence. But yes, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, and check out the link in the description for a free stock with Robinhood and Webull. Remember, if you sign up for Voyager, do not be a day trader because those fees will add up. And also, in order to get around those fees, buy on Voyager. If you ever want to sell from Voyager, send it to another wallet, sell it on the other wallet, and then boom, you just now escape those selling fees on Voyager. But yeah, definitely check out my new videos that I drop, because I'm going to be dropping videos every day on crypto, and I'll be back with another video. Peace.